Today is Black Friday, the day when Americans from sea to oily sea leave their houses, if their houses haven't been foreclosed upon yet, and wander into the commercial wasteland that our once great nation has become in search of deals, deals, deals. 48% off a hovering Barcalounger because walking is for suckers. And speaking of suckers, it's buy one sucker, get two suckers free here at whatever the fuck store. Yeah! Every year we have Black Friday, and every year it encroaches a little bit more onto Thanksgiving because Americans are becoming weary of Thanksgiving. It's like, a day when I get together with my family and reflect upon all the things I'm thankful for and quiet reverence. Fuck that! I want to buy stuff! I want to go to the store and I want to punch people in the face for cheap fucking crap that I could buy the entire 364 days of the year, but I instead want to buy it this one day when it's a modicum cheaper, because yes, that's America. That's the American dream. Getting cheap shit even cheaper than fucking usual. Every year we have Black Friday, and every year we're inundated with stories of people brutalizing each other over the most worthless crap in existence. Just people assaulting each other, people trampling each other. This year, someone pepper sprayed a bunch of people. At first, I thought it was like maybe an act of protest in solidarity with the kids at UC Davis, but no, it's just some fuck that wanted a scarf. You know, like, the scarf is mine! You are all pepper sprayed now! All hail Black Friday! All hail Black Friday! It's at times like this that I have to reflect upon all the times I've heard in my life from politicians, from entertainers, from news anchors, and from everyday working stiffs that America is the greatest country in the whole world. The next time you guys hear that America is the greatest country on the face of the earth, I think you should ask a simple and yet very rarely voiced question. If America is the greatest country on the face of the whole fucking planet Earth, then why is it full of such crummy, shitty, useless people? People that will assault and shoot and stab and punch and kick and bite and pepper spray their fellow citizens just to get a good deal on a TV set. We here in America are a culture that perpetually venerates our own psychosis by constantly assuring ourselves how great we are, how fucking fantastic. God blesses us, and we're number one, and manifest destiny, and shining city on the hill, and the greatest country on God's green earth. God's formerly green earth. Let me tell you something, folks. I've taken a good, long, hard look at this country, and I can tell you that rumors of our greatness have been greatly exaggerated. And if you think I'm wrong, and we really are the greatest, then I have some questions to ask you. Well, primarily just one question, but in many forms. How exactly are we the greatest? Are we exporters of great and profound art? No, we extol wimpy, ballless cretins like Justin Bieber. We go to see movies by Michael Bay. Most Americans on the street probably couldn't even name a current author or poet or painter. And Stephanie fucking Meyer does not count as an author for the same reason that a boil on my ass does not count as a human being. And don't get me wrong, every once in a while we make something good. Every once in a while we have something that is original or compelling or dynamic or interesting, and sometimes it even becomes popular. But that's not the norm. It's not like we're just churning out awesomeness 24/7, like bam, bam, bam. America is not in some great renaissance of art. No one could argue that. Creative people are not nurtured by this culture. They're simply not. They're told to get their heads out of the clouds and to get a fucking business degree. If you even say you're getting a degree in the arts, everyone's just like, you're wasting your fucking time. Waste of fucking time. Waste of fucking time and money. Get a real fucking degree. You wonder why you can't get a job, you fucking hippie, with some bullshit degree like that. Art, who gives a fuck about that? Go become a fucking businessman so you can learn how to rip people off and make money. Are we an epicenter of great thinkers, scientists, philosophers, engineers, architects, mathematicians? How can we claim to be a nation that embraces science when we castrated NASA? When we don't accept the theory of evolution, when we don't accept the evidence for man-made climate change. The closest thing we have to philosophers in this country are probably people like Glenn Beck and Sean Hannity, these vacuous, prattling drones who've never said anything worth hearing. American architecture is ugly and pre-packaged, and it's based upon functionality, not beauty. The American Society of Civil Engineers gives the entire country D's and F's on our infrastructure report card. So we obviously don't have a culture that embraces engineering. As for mathematics, we have a population that can't even do the simple math that shows how they're being fucked by their government and corporate masters. And it's true that we do have some good universities here, but when it comes to getting admitted into one, you're a lot better off being a stupid kid from a rich family than a smart kid from a poor one. And a lot of the people that attend these universities are foreigners. And guess what they do as soon as they get their degree? They go back to their countries of origin and apply their skills there. They learn it here and apply it there. They learn it here and use that to get some other country ahead. Why don't we incentivize those people to stay here and help our country out? Because we're stupid. There's no other explanation that makes any sense. Perhaps we live in a country of economic greatness. That's where we truly shine. I don't think so. We live in a country where mega corporations swindled people into loans they couldn't afford, and then, when the housing bubble created by those loans was about to burst, these corporations unloaded all those loans onto other people and basically profited from their original swindle, and then they profited from unloading their ill-gotten gain. So unless you think that a sliver of people on the tip-top of a pyramid exploiting everyone beneath them is sound economic policy, then I don't think America is an economic model for the rest of the world to look at with a glimmer of hope in their eyes. Not only did those fuckers ruin the housing market, by the way, but their actions were a catalyst for the entire financial meltdown of 2008, which we suffered through then and are still suffering through now, and the worst of it may still be ahead. We don't even know if we're actually making a recovery or if the recovery is just a temporary illusion that will be shattered at a moment's notice. We're on a high wire right now. Are we going to fall to our deaths? Probably. So where is our greatness? I don't see it in our art. I don't see it in our culture. I don't see it in our academics. I don't see it in our economics. Maybe it's in the military. We are awful proud of our military here in America because we're so powerful. But wait a minute, is that the same military that's bogged down in 2 endless wars? Is that the same military that we massively overspend for? Is that the same military that has useless bases around the world that we don't need and spend tons of money maintaining? Is that the same military that was so desperate for recruits a couple of years ago that they were admitting people that were admitted drug addicts? Is that the same military that has come under fire several times in the last decade for killing civilians, for torturing inmates at prisons that they were in charge of, for all that stuff. Is that the same military we're talking about? Is that the military we're going to point to and say that's the source of our greatness? And if you're someone who is right now very upset with me for talking shit about the military, and you're about to write me a comment about how they defend my freedom here at home, well, I'd like to say that if that's true, they're doing a pretty piss-poor job of it, because people are being pepper sprayed and beaten and trampled, all the same stuff that happens on Black Friday, actually, for trying to exercise the First Amendment rights that they used to have. So if these soldiers are fighting for our freedom, and they've been fighting perpetually for the last decade, then where the fuck is our freedom? They're fighting for it, and yet we don't have it. And strangely enough, it's not the Iraqis or the Afghanis or Al-Qaeda or any of these scary terrorist organizations that took it from us. It's our own government in collusion with corporate America. Go figure. So America is better than a country like Somalia, but we're certainly not the greatest country on earth. And repeating it ad nauseum just makes us sound like a bunch of retards. What we should say is, America. We're okay sometimes. That's what you have to wave your flag to. All you jingoists out there who want to wave the American flag and get all teary-eyed, the most you can honestly say is, we're okay. We're alright. We ain't as bad as some people say we are. That's it. That's what you get to rally around. That's what you get to pledge allegiance to. Being mediocre. I'm the Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out.